But so I know you recently played for the international soloist Pablo Ferrández in a masterclass. I believe he was there playing with you guys, right? Was he playing
Yeah,
Elgar? Is that right?
yeah, he did Elgar with us, and
Hmm.
that was for three concerts. And
Hmm.
then Sunday, the day following the Sunday concert, he put on
Hmm.
a master class at 9:30 in the morning at Carriage House Violins. And
Hmm.
I was very lucky to have been asked because they were looking for a fourth cellist to
Hmm.
play in their master class. So
Yeah,
I played and I loved him.
yeah,
He's so particular, but
right.
he sees the value in every moment that you do, and there's no one moment that's just bland or dead. Everything has an internal energy. And so I loved what he had to say on that. And he wouldn't like just say it once and then go. He'd just make sure that you got it and then let you go on. But he
Right.
would stop a lot, and I think it was great for me.
Right. Well, yeah, and just kind of digging a little deeper into that. I mean, I just think even though you're young, I think that's very admirable that someone in your position who has a job is still, looking to grow in that sense by playing in a master class. Um, what did you play for him? And I know you kind of touched on this already. Like, what musical insights did you gain by uh during that time working with him in that class?
Mm. Yeah, I played for him the Beethoven A major sonata, first movement.
Mm,
I hadn't played it since high school, and I thought it was a great opportunity to play for him because I have this weird relationship with the piece that I feel like I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to make of it.
mm,
So I oftentimes I like to take on things which I feel are lacking in my own toolbox of like musical knowledge. And so I did that for my even my graduation recital as well. I take things
mm,
that I can gain a lot from. And
mm,
so I thought it was a great experience to play for him. And also because his playing style is very opposite from me, and I feel like I needed that someone to
mm.
see the other end for me. And I love taking in as much information as I can. And like I said, his ear and his attention to detail is just crazy.
Mm. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because the Beethoven A is like for me my favorite cello sonata in all the repertoire. And but yet it's so awkward in some ways because it's very exposed. And I mean it's really, if you think about it historically speaking, I would say the A major sonata is probably the first sonata where a composer gives equal weight and emphasis to both the cello and the piano. Because before that, I would say most sonatas, it was just basically the piano and the cello was just more of a continual role. So, um, what things with the A major sonata did have you kind of um, what are some things that you have a love-hate relationship over, I guess, in terms of the quality of that
Well,
piece?
I think the fact that there is a lot of back and forth between the piano and cello, and I guess that's maybe one of my weaknesses in learning how they connect. But in that, there's the trap for it to come across as fragmented because the cello isn't just playing long lines by itself.
Mm,
So it's not like we're exposed for long periods of time and we can show a development within ourselves. We have to connect with the sound world around us in order
right.
and make it seem as though it's not scattered bits and pieces put together. So I guess that's one of the things.
Mhm.
But probably the biggest thing I had trouble with.
Mhm. Yeah, and that spirit of, for lack of a better word, chamber music, uh, I'm sure you apply that to your work with the Boston Symphony every time, right? Just
Mm.
engaging with the other lines and reacting.
Hmm.
So,
It helps to to feel what the conductor is feeling, because a great conductor can tell you what the moment is about just through their body movement. And
Mm,
so it helps to just follow with them, even move a little yourself, just
okay.
to allow your body to be servant to that.
Mm,
That's also like one thing I've been like trying to figure out myself, like to move or not to move. I feel like as long as your body is at least a little bit swaying, then your system becomes more open to take in what's around it.
mm, that's interesting. And so for the Boston Symphony, do you guys rotate within the section for every week or?
I'm part of the rotated seating. So just like the
Mm,
section, there are four
okay,
fixed cello chairs and the rest of us
sure.
rotate.
Okay, so the titled positions and then everyone else rotates kind of
Mhm.
thing. Oh, okay. Cool.